Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Glenamaddy GA Club. I hope you didn't have to swim here. I hope you didn't have to break out the canoes or anything like that, because my word, there was torrential rain this morning. So we've had a change of venue here for this Lidl All-Ireland Post-Primary School Senior C final. It's not in St. Rynagh Club in Banagher. We are here in Glenamaddy in northeast Galway. Wonderful facility here provided by the home club for this meeting of St.Anne Secondary School up against Ballinrobe Community School. We've got a little bit of a lull in the crowd here in front of us, but I'll tell you, you won't be lacking noise here over the next hour and a half or however long it takes, and possibly even longer than that, to decide who wins this trophy, who succeeds Ballinrobe Community School as the winner of this All-Ireland title. Of course, Ballinrobe Community School, it just shows what a wonderful stepping stone it can be. Ballinrobe looking to complete an incredible double-double. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be back with you for that one in the All-Ireland Senior B final against Carnew. That one, of course, taking place in Kinnegad. But right now, the business to be decided is who will be the Senior C winners for this year. And we'll start by taking you through the two teams, and we'll begin with Ballinrobe Community School. So as far as we're with Ballinrobe Community School, we've confirmed, we'll just have to make sure. We're going to presume it's St. Anne's are as selected, but Ballinrobe anyway. It's Kayla Hughes in goals. It's Ella Shaughnessy, Sari Vahi and Sophia McHale is your full back line. Ali Hughes captains the team at centre back, with Rachel Gallagher and Lola Tiernan either side of her. No question who is the star of the show on the Ballinrobe side. Kate Brennan, part of the Mayo senior panel this year. She lines out at midfield alongside Roisha Burke, the sole representative of the Tourmakeedy club on this team. Rachel McGrath comes into the team at half forward. Didn't start every game this year, but has earned her place in the final here for this one, with Molly O'Donnell representing Clonborough of Galway at centre forward, and Emily Jennings, the team vice captain, on the left wing. And then in the inside forward line, Maura Hughes will be the focal point on the edge of the square, Evine Riley top of the right, and Chloe Stagg, daughter of the team manager and indeed Mayo LGFA chairperson Sinead Stagg. She's top of the left. Taking you now through the St. Anne Secondary School team. They line out with Keelan Grogan in goals. Claire Gubbins, Therese Ryan and Rebecca Cross is your full back line there. Lily Maher is an absolute tower of strength in this team, has really been the focal point around which they've built their successful run in this campaign. She lines out at centre back as well. Jessie Nugent makes good ground up the right hand side, with Ornette Crowe on the left. Your midfield, Molly Crowe and Isabel Houston. Very much about mobility and energy there, although Houston herself, fine strapping fielder of a ball, well able to get up. I will remind you in that, of course, schools games, they were still on old rules here, so the mark doesn't count as has been brought in for ladies football at the at inter-county and club level this year. And then your half forward line, Sophia O'Grady, Lauren O'Dwyer on the wings. Roisin Carew, of course, the hero from their Munster final win over SMI Newcastle, got that goal from a free with the very, very last ditch that put Munster silverware on the board. They look to build on that here this afternoon. Your inside forward line then, plenty of goals in the corner forward duo of Chloe O'Neill and Anya Crowe, while your full forward then lining out is Eliza Gleeson. Now, like I said, we're not 100% sure that team is going to line out as selected. We haven't had a chance to get it confirmed with the management. They were late coming out of the dressing room. Of course, this game is supposed to take place at 2:15. Well, here we are now at 2:25, and no sign yet, but I'd imagine we'll be getting underway fairly quickly. Your referee for this afternoon is Angela Gallagher, representing the Royal County. She's currently standing in there in centre field alongside one of her lines officials. That's Kieran Groom from Offaly. Maura Keneally from Galway will be the other lines official, or at least officially is the other named as the other lines official. I don't see her at the moment, but I'm sure she's knocking around. And Conor McCarthy of Cork is your standby official, so one of many people who realised he had to travel a bit further north than he would have bargained for this morning, much like Tiptown. So there was a little bit of shuffling about. There was talk of the game going across to Forban, but in the end, again, if you're not from this part of the world, You wouldn't realise there was really heavy rainfall this morning. There would have been pools of water in a lot of grass pitches. So ultimately the decision was taken to put in a call to Glenamaddy, and Glenamaddy came to the rescue of this fixture. And so here we are, a little bit of warm-up at the side. Contrasting semi-final wins for the two sides. Ballinrobe scraping through against the Ulster champions. Really, really tight game. In comparison, St.Anne's had it largely their own way, scoring 6 goals against Loreto of Swords. So, but like I told you before, they had their much more competitive game in the Munster final. Ballinrobe, a team here who have a fine tradition. Last won in All-Ireland in 1995, and 4 of the players who played on that team, their daughters line out here this afternoon. One of the players who played on that team is the aforementioned Sinead Stagg, who manages the side here this afternoon. Brian Fox managing St. Anne's. Sinead Stagg would have played on that team. Her daughter Chloe is the youngest player on this Ballinrobe Community School side. She's the only third-year player out there. Of course, her older sister Emma would have been a vital player in this team, but unfortunately suffered a recurrence of a cruciate ligament injury at the start of this year, so Emma is not available to line out. She is there on the sideline with her team, but isn't able to kick a ball, so all we can say there as to any player that has to deal with the trauma of a long-term injury, particularly when you're on the younger side, is best wishes with your recovery, and we hope to see you back out on the pitch soon. Suffered the same cruciate ligament injury myself, but when it happens to you at age 45, it's not really as I'm not looking for sympathy to the same extent, and I'd say my wife was quite relieved that I stopped trying to pretend that I was a lot younger than I really am. So, but very, very different when you have high-level athletes like we're going to look at here, and athletes that have, a wonderful, wonderful career in front of them. Of course, it's always a part of schools football that, you'll have players out here where this is the stepping stone for greater things, perhaps at club and inter-county level, and who knows, maybe even some could be going on to other, perhaps AFL, soccer, professional sports, something like that. And you'll have others that will remember this forever because sport forms a lesser part of their lives as they move on, and the occasion is no less special for that. And I'll tell you, the crowds have turned out here in force this afternoon. I'm told there was 5 buses of supporters from Ballinrobe Community School. There's no question they have the lion's share of the crowd here this afternoon, and we're in for what should be another thrilling final. We've seen some incredible finals that have been brought to you courtesy of the LGFA and courtesy of Lidl, the sponsors of these competitions. So we've seen some magnificent games, and I anticipate over the next few days we'll have several more, as we have the senior A, B and C finals still to take place. So Angela Gallagher now just walking down. I can tell just by the look on her face she's giving a shout to the St. Anne's team saying, can we please move it along? To be fair to the crowd, I don't know if it's I don't know if they have the stamina for the full hour and 20 minutes. That remains to be seen. The question, of course, is are they burning themselves out early? Are they expending a lot of energy? Have the supporters got in the power bars? Have they got in the isotonic drinks to try and ensure that they have the energy to keep this going? Mightn't necessarily be obvious to tell, but if you're standing out on the pitch there as well, breeze very much diagonal, but will favour whichever team is shooting from right to left in the first half. Bit of a shout here for Hugh O'Loughlin, Mayo senior panellist, just walking down with a bag of balls there on the Ballinrobe Community School side. Of course, Brian Fox himself has been involved with former Tipperary footballer. So no shortage of expertise on the two sidelines. So teams lining up. I wasn't actually sure if we were going to have a national anthem here, but teams looked like for a second as if Ballinrobe were lining up as if we were. But as I was saying to you, the breeze, it's not necessarily obvious here. It looks from the flags as if it's blown straight across, but if you're out on the pitch, it will favour whoever's shooting from right to left. Now, it'll be difficult to handle I would say it's probably one of those wins. It won't necessarily help the team that's shooting with the shooting kind of from right to left, but it certainly will make life very, very difficult for the team that's shooting in the goals down to our right-hand side. As you can see here, even as we look down, there's a little bit of a tilt on the top of the goalposts up there. So teams are lined up as if we're going to have a national anthem. I'm not sure that that's taking place here or not, but remains to be seen as the Ballinrobe Community School substitutes make their way off the pitch. And it looks like Angela Gallagher is telling the players that no, we're going to go straight into it, in as much as you can go straight in 20 minutes after the final whistle or after the appointed start time. So straight away we see Isabel Houston dropping back into centre back, with Lily Maher going into midfield for St. Anne's. Rest of the back line looks as if it's as is. We'll have a look across the forwards, and it does look like they're lined out 1 to 15. Ballinrobe just swapping around their wing forwards. So Emily Jennings is going out onto the right wing. So she'll be picked up by Ornette Crowe as the rain starts to come down here now. So we'll be grateful for the little bit of shelter. We wouldn't have got that if we were in Forban, as the ball is thrown up. And eventually here we're underway at 33 minutes past the hour of 2 o'clock. And the ball across towards Lauren O'Dwyer. And the first attack of the game is with St. Anne's. Ball in here towards Roisin Carew. Roisin Carew, bit of a run off the shoulder being made by Chloe O'Neill, but good tight marking there in the Ballinrobe Community School backline. Ball worked across here towards Carew again. Again, Chloe O'Neill tries to make the run off the shoulder, but again tight marking, forces the over carry, and that's a big psychological win for Ballinrobe Community School. They'd get the first turnover of the game. Ballinrobe trying to work that ball out. All keeping it very, very tight here in their own backline. Kate Brennan now driving forward. Walked close to the line with steps there, I have to say. She thought about the hop, didn't give it. Gave the pass across to Avon Riley. Avon Riley gets it in towards Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke's low ball favours the defender, and really well done there by Therese Ryan. Therese Ryan gets out in front, connects with Jessie Nugent. Now a little bit of time here for St. Anne's to work their way out. High floated hand pass there from Nugent. Lauren O'Dwyer mightn't necessarily thank her for that. The tackle came in from behind from Rachel McGrath, but St. Anne's worked their way out of trouble. Oh, that's brilliant work, Lola Tiernan. Lola Tiernan got in, got down low, picks up that ball. Ball goes to ground. Did she pick it up with her hands on the ground? Referee says she was fouled either way. She got in, she made the interception. Big win there from Lola Tiernan. Sets Ballinrobe Community School back on the attack. Floated high ball in there from Avon Riley. In towards Chloe Stagg. Chloe moving across the line. Oh, lovely tackle there. Lily Maher just waited for the bounce. Again, like I said, old rules still apply here, so we're back to, we won't call it non-contact, but modern tackle not permitted here in this game. Driving forward now is Rachel McGrath. Rachel McGrath gives the layoff to Emily Jennings. It's all just parked up here a little bit. Oh, lovely sidestep, Molly O'Donnell. Ball in field here now towards Riley. Riley, low ball off. She just connected with Maura Hughes there. It was all opening up for the goal opportunity. Instead, it put the Nail player out a little bit too far wide, but Hughes has cut in. Hughes shoots off the left. Hughes shoots over the bar. And we have the first score of the game here with 2.5 minutes gone. Lovely finish from close range. Decided the angle was a little bit too tight to take on Keelan Grogan, and instead clipped that ball over the bar for the first score of the afternoon. So definitely kickouts won't be easy here. Keelan Grogan now, she has some fine physical targets, some good ball winners out around between, say, the 45 and 65 metre line. I see there that Jessie Nugent actually had to be off the field for a minute. Now, fourth official calling her back into, or he's not actually calling her back into the pitch, so I'll have a look around to see if there is a temporary sub gone in. I haven't seen if there is. They definitely started 1 to 15 anyway. But we just need to have a look now, and we see No, right now St. Anne's just have 14 players on the pitch, and that's a lovely rob. Chance here for a breakaway move. Fine low ball there from Rachel Gallagher down into Chloe Stagg. Chloe Stagg now looks to come in on the left foot. Takes a hop, flicks that ball outside. Out here now towards Maura Hughes, very much outside the scoring range. We talked about the diagonal breeze, that would be kind of blowing across them there. You'd have a better chance of scoring if you were coming from the left-hand side here. Here comes Kate Brennan now. Kate Brennan sidesteps the tackle, keeps moving. Kate Brennan gets inside again. Kate Brennan goes for the low shot, just a little bit too far out. And Keelan Grogan does really, really well, gathers that ball, gets it away to a colleague, and now St. Anne's look to break up the field. Low ball from Isabel Houston, doesn't quite connect with Roisin Carew. And I have to say, this Ballinrobe half-back line has done really, really well so far. Have been very impressive. Actually, Kieran Groom says that it's a St. Anne's ball. Well, I'll tell you, it's a Ballinrobe ball at the end of it. Is it? No. Angela Gallagher says there was a foul up there. I thought Lola Tiernan had got another turnover. I have to say, it did look to me initially like it might have been a Ballinrobe sideline ball, but Kieran Groom was right there, in fairness, and that's not me showing solidarity to another Offaly man. So Molly Crowe takes that free, dinks the ball in here. First chance for Chloe O'Neill to have a run at the opposition defence. Strong defending there by Sari Vahi. Pushes her back out wide, forces O'Neill to work from a tight angle. O'Neill gets back in field, looks for the hooked kick off her right boot. Did well to get the shot away, but you're always under a little bit of pressure when you don't have a perfect feel for where the posts are. And that kick was just swung wide and right. Very much an instinctive shot. The high kick out there from Kayla Hughes, dropping into the breadbasket of Ali Hughes. So good connection there now, and Ballinrobe Community School have the chance to try and break out. Dangerous hand pass from Ella Shaughnessy. Kate Brennan has to be really, really sharp to get in and win that first. Now they're coming forward with a little bit of speed again. Chance for Roisha Burke to get ahead of steam up. Burke goes for the layoff to the right hand side. Here's a chance for Molly O'Donnell now. Advantage being played. Molly O'Donnell tries to connect with Maura Hughes, doesn't quite manage it. And we're going to come back for the free here. So free is going to be just about on the 2 point, on the what would be the 2 point arc. Kate Brennan stands over it. Brennan looks like she's lining up the shot here. Will probably have to just aim maybe a little bit left of where she thought. Hooks that kick. She's got good purchase on it, but it's going to drop short. That's well defended in there by Lily Maher. Really composed, kept her eyes on the ball the whole way and dealt with it securely. And now the ball is being driven outfield now again. Hand pass off the right hand by Isabel Houston. Ball worked out of defence really well. Oh, but that's a sack solo from Roisin Carew. Good turnover win there by Rachel McGrath, who's been really busy in that sort of hard-working, industrious wing-forward role, putting in the tackles, giving the support, lays it off here towards Evie Riley. Riley floats up the hand pass, there to be contested. Emily Jennings went up for it, but again, St. Anne's defending really, really well. The South Tip School strong in defence, get this ball out towards Lauren O'Dwyer. But it's a long way out when you're here. And good pressure, 3 tacklers coming in. Between the 3 of them, they forced the turnover. It was the half-forward line operating as a collective. Rachel McGrath, Molly O'Donnell and Emily Jennings doing really, really well there. This one a little bit farther out, so Kate Brennan decides to go short. Quick give and go there with Molly O'Donnell. Brennan comes back in field. Now we're getting into scoring range here. Brennan just needs to engineer the room to swing a leg. She does, but it's a less favoured left boot. And that's a first Ballinrobe Community School wide of the afternoon. Just 1 wide apiece so far with 8 minutes played on, like I said, what is fine, perfect underfoot conditions on the artificial surface, but it is unquestionably a difficult afternoon for shooters. Short restart there. Keelan Grogan goes for the return, but it isn't given. Instead, St. Anne's tried to break out on the right, on the left-hand side here with Therese Ryan. Strong run from Therese. She's made about 40 metres down that left-hand side. comes back in field but doesn't quite have the purchase on the kick to get as far as Lily Maher, but more importantly Avon Riley went for that ball and she's gone down in a lot of pain there, so immediately medical attention comes into the corner forward. Play continues at the far end of the pitch with Isabel Houston. Houston goes to ground under illegal pressure, and I'd say we'll have a break in play now. It looks like an ankle injury there for Avon Riley, and that'll be a significant loss to Ballinrobe. You're always particularly worried when you see somebody going down under when there's no contact. Ironically, contact injuries tend to be that little bit easier to recover from as a general rule. But Riley went down and there was no question she was in a lot of discomfort the second she hit the ground. And you'd have to imagine we'll be looking at a replacement here for substitution in the afternoon. So we see team vice captain Emily Jennings in there as well, as over on the sideline Sophia McHale goes over to kind of take a drink of water, as all across the pitch the Muir Ishka. I think we've the Irish scholars out there have we've had this discussion before, that it's not Muir and Ishka, it's Muir Ishka with adding an I in there. I think that's what I was told before, and if my mum is listening, who would be a much better Irish speaker than me and was of course my teacher in junior infants, she'd be very disappointed that I don't know these things. So a round of applause there for Riley, but unfortunately her involvement in this All-Ireland final is done. So we'll see now. It looks as if it's Tara Fitzpatrick who's going to come into the side. We'll get that confirmed, but from here it looks like Tara Fitzpatrick. It is indeed. So that would be a fairly straightforward swap. Forward for forward, if that's the case. So now 11 minutes gone, but we had a 1.5 minute stoppage there. So low ball there to be contested. I think Lola Tiernan a little bit unlucky there. Now I thought it was there to be fought for. She went in, she was brave, she dived at it. Again looking for that low ball, this time coming in towards Chloe O'Neill. Good tackling again on the Ballinrobe Community School side, and now Kate Brennan driving out. Brennan looks for the long ball, looking for Chloe Stagg. Out in front is Rebecca Cross. Can't handle it in the first attempt, just has to knock it sideways, but does well to recover. Therese Ryan is there in support. Therese Ryan, good ball in towards a colleague. Lily Maher and Isabel Houston are both there. Maher takes it on now. Maher comes back towards her own half. Driving forward now is Jessie Nugent. Jessie Nugent looks for the hand pass. Tiernan again, still battling there with Chloe O'Neill. That's just a wonderful one-on-one battle between those players. Chloe O'Neill looks to cut back inside. Lost control there for a minute, tries to get the layoff, but between the four Ballinrobe defenders, they've secured the turnover. Dangerous hand pass, but Rachel Gallagher gets there in the second attempt. Showing for it out here is Tara Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick goes down low, fighting for it there now with Lily Maher, and Maher is just really, really strong. Wins that ball again. Very much playing a captain's role so far. Comes back again. Quick give and go. Connecting here with Houston. Houston comes out. She's looking to shoot off the right boot, but it was going to be a tight angle out there. Has to come back in towards Carew. St. Anne's decide to slow this down now. Now beginning to drive in from this right-hand corner, but it's all very, very tight. And the communication breaks down between Molly Crowe and Carew. Now an opportunity here for Ballinrobe Community School. Try and work the ball out of defence. Good floated pass there. Perfect delivery from Kayla Hughes into Sophia McHale. Now it's all opening up here in front of Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke looks up. Has to be said, not an awful lot of movement inside. You could tell that the St. Anne's full back line were waiting for the runs to come, and they didn't happen. But Rebecca Cross, she was out in front, couldn't quite gather it. Ball out for a sideline ball. Now being flicked on by Chloe Stagg. All opening up here now all of a sudden. Little bit of a high solo. Gives Therese Ryan a chance to get back in there. Opportunity still there for Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke back facing the other way. And Therese Ryan, little bit of a hand on the back there. And you certainly wouldn't say it's biased, but there's no question Angela Gallagher is not going to allow a lot of physical contact here. She's going to make sure that both sides toe the line. It's like the psychology that goes with mock leaving cert exams. I'm going to mark these harshly. Encourage good behaviour in the future. And Chloe Stagg knocks over that free. So 14 minutes gone. The score's not exactly coming thick and fast here in Glenamaddy. 2 points to no score here. Going out towards the left-hand side with the kick out is Keelan Grogan. Trying to connect with Isabel Houston, but good pressure there. And Kate Brennan is able to usher the ball out over the sideline. Actually, it wasn't Brennan. Brennan is back. Oh no, it is Brennan. Mixed her up there with Ali Hughes, who's back there standing just short of halfway. Ballinrobe thinking about that sideline. Brennan just hangs it in high, but Chloe Stagg's got a little bit of space inside. It's a very, very tight angle. Connects with Tara Fitzpatrick. First touch since coming in for Fitzpatrick. Feeds it back towards Stagg. Ball comes out here now towards Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke with the high kick, but that one's just left out on the right-hand side. And a second Ballinrobe wide. As the rain comes down fairly straight, it feels like the breeze is less I was going to say, is vertical the word? Up and down along the pitch. But either way, as a few more supporters look to try and squeeze into what's already a pretty full stand here in Glenamaddy. Like I said, fantastic facility, but if you bring 5 busloads from one school, and I presume at least 2 or 3 busloads from another, not to mention a lot of well-wishing parents and family and friends and so on, you'll fill up a venue fairly quickly. So that's why we have a great atmosphere here. Tiptown sideline ball knocked out of Isabel Houston's possession. And she's going to come back here and take this sideline ball. Looking for Jessie Nugent. Nugent doesn't control. Tara Fitzpatrick gets it. A little bit of a pull on Fitzpatrick's jersey, not seen. Fitzpatrick wins it anyway. Good ball inside. Oh, Maura Hughes couldn't quite gather. Gives the opportunity for Claire Gubbins. And again, Fitzpatrick. That's 2 robs since she's come in. She's done really well there. Maura Hughes can't quite control the solo. Ball knocked on here. And like that, when it's an AstroTurf pitch, the ball will get away from you very quickly. It'll move at speed. Houston now coming across maybe 40 metres out from her own goal. Tackling coming in there from Rachel McGrath. Houston eventually has to go backwards, doesn't lose possession. Therese Ryan has really impressed me so far. She's defended well, she's been right on top of things in the own back line, but also driving out with intent. Finds Roisin Carew here. St.Anne still looking for their first score in this game. 17 minutes on the clock, albeit a minute and a half there, not really played so far. Ball worked across towards Carew again. Carew shoots off the right boot. It's hanging in the air, and it's perfectly over the crossbar. Carew judges the wind to perfection, splits the uprights, and with 17 minutes gone, St. Anne's are on the scoreboard here. But for me, a huge part of that score was all about Therese Ryan's driving run out of the back line to set it up. So St. Anne's have won this ball back off the kick out, looking to try and get back on level terms here. Floated ball in here now towards Chloe O'Neill, but again, wonderful turnover. Been some fine defending, really good out in front, reading the play. As the ball is fed on here now, Molly O'Donnell drives forward. In this occasion it was Sari Vahi who got the crucial turnover. O'Donnell goes to ground but still in possession, has to float that hand pass in towards Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick looking to carry it on soccer style, went for the soccer shot, little bit of a block, gets it at the second attempt, and this time it goes wide. The block came in from Rebecca Cross. And you'd have to say its defenders have been the standout players in this game so far. So, 18 minutes gone. Lidl All-Ireland Post-Primary School, Senior C final. Ballinrobe Community School, 2 points to 1 to the good. Short kick out again, just dinked into Jessie Nugent. I have to say, Jessie Nugent is finding space. She's offering herself as support really, really well. When there's a sideline, when there's a free, it seems like it's going to her on a regular basis. Molly Crowe now driving through. Crowe linking up with her midfield partner, Isabel Houston. Crowe, strong tackling coming in, and I think Angela Gallagher tells Kate Brennan, take it easy there. Been a couple of frees so far, have been, I would say, biased towards the player in possession, but in that instance, I don't think Brennan gave Gallagher much decision to be made. That pass just overshoots Roisin Carew. It's there to be fought for on the far side, and it's Emily Jennings who gets down to win it. Emily Jennings needs a runner off the shoulder, hasn't got one, has to come back out towards the right hand side. There's a little bit of space out there, but it's all very, very tight at the same time. Now Chloe Stagg opening up for her, needs a run in front. Only 2 players ahead of her. Those 2 players are Tara Fitzpatrick and Maura Hughes. Instead goes off the shoulder. Here comes the run from Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke tries to burst through 2 tacklers, and she's right to do so. Tackle comes in, wins the free, and going to be another opportunity here. Chloe Stagg kicked the last one from a similar position, maybe a little bit closer to goal. Stagg puts it up in the breeze, and Stagg is accurate. So, third-year player she may be. She has 2 frees on the board already and is very, very lively. And due to that injury to Avon Riley, though you'd have to say Tara Fitzpatrick has done well since she's come in, but due to that injury to Avon Riley, even more pressure on a young player's shoulders to try and come up with the scores that they'll need to win this game. So far, scores not flowing too freely, it has to be said. Jessie Nugent again showing for that ball. Hand pass there, all battling going on between Kate Brennan and Molly Crowe. And Crowe had a little bit of a pull on the jersey of the Mayo senior player. So we're going to come back for the free. Standing in to mark the spot there is Maura Keneally. And a lot of ground to be covered to get back in here. I'm looking at Rachel McGrath in acres of space out here on the left hand side, but that's eventually been closed off, so we go for the shorter ball towards Ali Hughes. Quick give and go there. Passes exchange between her and Kate Brennan. Hughes driving forward now, takes the hop, takes the solo, tries to burst past another tackler, but again there's Therese Ryan doing really well. Oof. Once again free's been given here. And we're going to go back to Stagg again. I think Kate Brennan thought about it as if it might have been on the edge of Stagg's range, but she's kicked 2 out of 2 so far. And again, very effortless strike, straight between the posts. And all of a sudden, a game that was where the scores were not flowing too freely, the scores weren't coming quickly. Suddenly Ballinrobe Community School have a little bit of an advantage here now. And they have a chance to keep it going here. Oh, went for the quick free, or went for the quick hand pass inside. The advantage didn't accrue, and handling mistake there from Jessie Nugent. Stagg with a chance to give that ball in towards Maura Hughes. Maura Hughes looking to take on Claire Gubbins here. Hughes goes across. There's Kate Brennan. There's the goal. And a turnover ruthlessly punished by Ballinrobe Community School. Quick as you like. Chloe Stagg with the ball in. Maura Hughes, like a piranha, she smelled blood in the water. Straight across goal. And Kate Brennan had made the hard run, and she got rewarded for it. A little bit unlucky there on Roisha Burke. So now that's definitely in the context of a game where St.Anne's have only scored once in 23 minutes so far. A goal and 4 points to 1 point feels like a very, very commanding lead. And just those handling errors are just crippling St.Anne's out here. We saw the last one there from Jessie Nugent get punished. And this time Roisin Carew is the one. The low ball again going in towards Hughes. She's just such a wonderful first receiver. Hughes, that's wonderful defending Claire Gubbins. timed the hand in perfectly, waited for the hop to come, got it knocked out with the near hand tackle. Textbook stuff there from the cornerback. And they've reprieved the danger, but it's still Ballinrobe Community School very much on the front foot here, looking to try and keep turning the screw before half-time. Driving out now for St. Anne's is Molly Crowe. Molly Crowe just fumbles the solo a little bit, gives Ali Hughes a chance to get in and make the tackle. A foul from Hughes, but it's just taken the impetus out of the attack. Dinked ball back now towards Isabel Houston. Oh, wonderful tackling again. Brilliantly done, Kate Brennan. That's the graph that marks you out. Ball on here now towards Sophia McHale. Quick give and go. It's opening up for McHale. Looks to float that ball in towards Hughes. Hughes uses her body brilliantly. Fitzpatrick is on her left shoulder. Wants to look for the layoff. She's got Molly O'Donnell now. Molly O'Donnell pulls the brakes. Come back onto the right boot. But I don't think I'm being too harsh on the Galway player to say that that's one she'd like to have back. Lacked that split second of composure there. But so far, there's no getting away from it. This has been all Ballinrobe Community School so far. They've had the lion's share of the chances. They've put 5 scores on the board from 10 scoring chances overall. 4 wides, 1 shot dropped short. Tiptown, 1 point, 1 wide, and really haven't looked like creating an awful lot. Here's an opportunity though, looking to connect with Lily Maher. Trying to take on the challenge here. Feeds it on towards Chloe O'Neill. Chloe O'Neill, hard hit comes in there. And that's going to be a St. Anne's free. Still a little bit outside the scoring range, you'd have to imagine. Lauren O'Dwyer there goes over, gets the little bit of instruction from Fox. So it looks here like Roisin Carew, I thought for a second that Roisin Carew was lining it up. Instead, she's worked it in. Now we're definitely inside scoring range. Carew comes back towards O'Neill. O'Neill floats in the shot, and that was well thought out, carefully engineered move, and an absolutely vital score. So, a visibly distraught Even Riley being carried away there. I really don't like to see that, regardless of which team wins the game. You want everyone to come through healthy, and hopefully it's not as serious as it looks there. But it looks like she has to go and get further medical attention, so our best wishes go to her. Again, Therese Ryan trying to take the game to Ballinrobe Community School. St. Anne's just looking to get up a little bit of momentum here before half-time. A couple more scores would really change how this game goes, and certainly if one of those scores is a goal. Here comes Chloe O'Neill, goes to ground, referee's whistle goes to her mouth. Yes, it is a penalty. Ooh, we're going to talk to the umpires first. I have to say, I thought she went for the whistle. So she's going to give the umpires an opportunity. There's no question Chloe O'Neill went down under pressure. So we'll see in a second here now what the decision is. No real strong indication yet. Everyone here waits with bated breath, which is a phrase I've never really understood. Does that mean you've just eaten worms that you were going to try and catch fish with? Never knew. The call is a hold and a 13-metre free. I didn't see that coming because I was fairly sure that Chloe O'Neill did go down inside the square. It looked like it to me, so unless there was a prior foul and she was playing advantage. Oof. Rachel Roisin Carew thought about it. I don't know what she was going for there. She was kind of aiming for the crossbar to see maybe I'd get lucky, but there was a fingertip save on it. But either way, just those couple of points have just got St. Anne's back in this game now. But Ballinrobe, and again Tara Fitzpatrick doing well around the middle, wins that ball, gets it on here now towards Roisha Burke. Worked out here towards the right-hand side. There's a little bit of space now for Chloe Stagg. Chloe looking to drive in towards scoring range. Tries to feed the hand pass inside. It was a little bit eye of a needle. There was 3 defenders around, and one of those was Orna Crow, and she was able to get the interception there. Driving out now is Sophia O'Grady. Not an awful lot of support for her out there. Good strong run out by Rebecca Cross. She was penned in by the sideline. Floats up that hand pass, doesn't matter. She was being held. And there's a few bubbles flow across the pitch. Somebody has brought bubbles to the occasion. Hey, I was around in the era when inflatable bananas first started going to big sporting events. Never made sense either, but hey, whatever works. Therese Ryan driving on now, hand pass infield towards Orna Crow. Good work here by St.Anne's. This is direct, straight running up the pitch, not getting held up. Now a chance for Roisin Carew. Out here, a little bit of space for Sophia O'Grady. It's slowed up a little bit. Trying to straighten it up again is Isabel Houston, but again, she's turned back towards her own goal. Strong work there by Ali Hughes. Have to say, that defending in the middle third from Ballinrobe has been excellent. And once again there, Lola Tiernan. It's worked out for St. Anne's, but Tiernan did really, really well. Ball across here now. Driving run from Molly Crow. It's a very, very tight angle. They're just going to have to reset here. Lauren O'Dwyer comes back out. Carew beseeches her players to offer a little bit more support than that. You can tell she wanted more than just have to go back outside. Now Crow driving in again, and Crow has overcarried. And that's just textbook defending from Ballinrobe Community School. They were patient. They didn't give up space inside the scoring zone. They knew exactly what area they had to defend, what area they could stand off a little bit and try and test the patience of St. Anne's. Ball down here towards Tara Fitzpatrick, just about nudged out over the sideline. Jessie Nugent wins the turnover there. So the last 2 points of this game have come for St. Anne's. We're 30 seconds, I should say, into stoppage time. Now I anticipate there'll be at least another 90 seconds there because we did have the stoppage for that injury to Even Riley. Ball there to be fought for on the deck, and Lola Tiernan, she is just scrapping some brilliant ball here. Gets it on towards Tara Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, tries to improvise, but well read there by Therese Ryan again. Therese Ryan, referee says a little bit of a push. It's not immediately clear to me who's after pushing who, but it does look like it's a St. Anne's free. Therese Ryan, really not a lot of movement for her here. She's looking for that quick move, and I'll tell you, if we were enforcing the rule about a free having to travel 13 metres, if Rebecca Cross had got that at the first attempt, I don't know that we'd be saying that it would have travelled that distance. Ball out here now towards Lauren O'Dwyer. Probably time for one last attack in this game. So the question now is, again, looked like a good tackle there by Molly O'Donnell, but Jessie Nugent goes to ground. Referee says it was contact with the arm rather than contact with the ball. But St. Anne's going to have to move this quickly now if they want to get within scoring range, because the two minutes is up of stoppage time. Mightn't be an awful lot more to go with it. And again, strong defending. Sari Vahi there pushing St. Anne's back outfield. And sure enough, there is your half-time whistle. So the Ballinrobe defence stands strongly again. They've engineered the stand. They've kept St. Anne's out, and we've got to half-time here with 4 points between the teams. It's all there for the taking, but there's no, what little wind advantage is in it, St. Anne's will have it in the second half, but there's no question, a 4-point lead, you'd feel an awful lot happier to have it than to be trying to chase it. So half-time here at Glenamaddy GA Club. The score is Ballinrobe Community School 1-4, St. Anne's Secondary School 3 points. It's the Lidl All-Ireland Post-Primary School Senior C final. We'll be back with you in about 10 or 12 minutes. opportunity. Instead, it put the Nail player out a little bit too far wide, but Hughes has cut in. Hughes shoots off the left. Hughes shoots over the back. It's like the psychology that goes with mock leaving cert exams. I'm going to mark these harshly. Encourage good behaviour. Ball worked across towards Carew again. Carew shoots off the right boot. It's hanging in the air, and it's perfectly over. A bit closer to goal. Stagg puts it up in the breeze, and Stagg is accurate. Edge of Stagg's range, but she's kicked 2 out of 2 so far. And again, very effortless strike, straight between. Handling mistake there from Jessie Nugent. Stagg with a chance to give that ball in towards Maura Hughes. Maura Hughes looking to take on Claire Gubbins here. Hughes goes across. There's Kate Brennan. There's the goal. And a turnover. Now we're definitely inside scoring range. Carew comes back towards O'Neill. O'Neill floats in the shot. And that was well thought. Would really change how this game goes. And certainly if one of those scores is a goal. Here comes Chloe O'Neill. Goes to ground. Playing advantage. Rachel Roisin Carew. Welcome back here to Glenamaddy GA Club. The rain, it bucketed down very, very heavily there for the last couple of minutes of the first half and for most of half time. But it has been quite accommodating now. It has subsided again, and even the breeze has eased off ever so slightly. Still very much a factor in this game, but it has eased off a little bit, and we're ready for what should be an enthralling second half in this Lidl All-Ireland Post-Primary School Senior C final. St.Anne Secondary School 3 points, Ballinrobe Community School 1 goal and 4 points, so 7 points to 3. We'll keep an eye out for any personnel changes at half time, see if there's anything to bring you. I can see St. Anne's coming out, taking up their positions here now, and as of yet I haven't seen a number greater than 15. We did already of course have one substitution on the Ballinrobe Community School side, injury enforced. Avon Riley forced off with that ankle injury after 10 minutes. She's been replaced by Tara Fitzpatrick, who's been very, very lively. Tara Fitzpatrick, one of 4 players on this Ballinrobe Community School panel trying to emulate the achievements of their mothers. Tara's mother would be, of course, Joyce O'Hara back in the day. And likewise, you have Chloe Stagg. Her mum, Sinead Stagg, was on the team that beat Spanish Point in 1995. Likewise, Ali Hughes, the team captain. Her mother was Emer Farraher. And I have the other one written down here somewhere. But suddenly, yes, Emily Jennings, her mother was Noreen Ward. So, yeah, we're looking around here now, and it looks like the 30 players that finished the first half are going to start the second. And we are up and running. And straight away, it looks like the first possession of the game is going to be Ballinrobe Community School. So Brennan floats a high free in, lovely delivery, ball in over the top. It's opening up for Emily Jennings. Jennings goes low but doesn't quite get the purchase on the shot. Goes straight at Keelan Grogan. And an easy clearance there for the St. Anne's goalkeeper. High ball out now, out here towards Lily Maher. Maher has been really, really strong in this game. Feeds this on towards Isabel Houston. Houston, very powerful runner, loves to break a tackle, but hasn't really got going to the extent that she'd like so far in this game. Ball out here now towards Lauren O'Dwyer, and she's been bottled up. Illegal tackle, says Angela Gallagher. The referee, says that it's a free for St. Anne's, and St. Anne's just recycle that ball backwards and try and rebuild their attack again. Low hand pass fed in there towards Eliza Gleeson. Gleeson can't quite hold on. Good turnover, Ali Hughes. And the Ballinrobe Community School captain comes away with the ball here now, but she's broken out of the tackle. It looked like she was going to be poached there by Anya Crow. Crow is still in there trying to make the tackle. Ball across here. Crow has got the interception. She's done really, really well now. Just doesn't have someone to give it to in front of her. Tackle comes in from Ella Shaughnessy. Oh, little bit unlucky there perhaps. I thought that Anya Crow had just let the ball run out of her control a little bit, and it was there for Shaughnessy to try and attack. But so Lily Maher going to have a go at the kick here now. It could drop just short. It is going to drop short. And well fielded in there. Really well done by Sari Vahi. Breaks out strongly. Comes out here towards Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke also breaks a tackle. Solo gets away from her a bit, but just not close enough to Lily Maher to get the poach in. Now here goes Kate Brennan. Kate Brennan has broke a tackle. 3, 4, 5 St. Anne's players around her. And between them all, the little bit of a clip came in from Sophia O'Grady. Referee says there was a little bit of a pull on the jersey. I thought maybe it might have been a little ankle tap, inadvertent of course, but still would come to the same effect. So Brennan now stands over this, right on what would be the 2-point arc. 2-point arc not put in as solidly as the other lines on the pitch. Whether that's deference to the hurling lads or not, I don't know. Brennan hoists that one up. It's close. Oh, it grazes off the post. And that's a 5th wide for Ballinrobe Community School, but it was a fine, fine dig. I'll remind again for anyone who's just come in, of course, these games still played by the old rules, so there would be no 2-pointers here this afternoon. Keelan Grogan again picks out Jesse Nugent. That combination has been a source of so much primary possession for St.Anne Secondary School. Jesse Nugent finding a way to just pick out little gaps that she can duck into and offer herself as a kick-out option. Ooh. Over-carrying call there against Molly Crowe means that that particular possession doesn't come to anything. And Brennan quickly picks out Roisha Burke with the free. Roisha Burke takes her eye off the ball but recovers, gets it across towards Rachel McGrath. McGrath runs into the tackle and McGrath is deemed to have charged into the tackle there. Isabel Houston took the hit, she was brave. Houston trying to go for the short kick, but invites Roisha Burke to go in and make the interception, and she does exactly that. Kate Brennan got it tangled up in her feet, and again, I've said it a couple of times today, not every referee would have given that free. But ball comes back here towards Ali Hughes. Ali Hughes out towards Brennan again. Brennan with a little show and go, trying to make Sophie O'Grady bite. O'Grady doesn't, she just sticks with Brennan. It's all very, very tight here. Oh, lovely tackle. Molly Crowe timed it perfectly. Now chance for St. Anne's here. Roisin Carew has a little bit of space in front of her. Angela Gallagher playing advantage. Carew goes with the low ball down, looking to try and connect with Chloe O'Neill. No advantage of Carews. We're going to come back to midfield and we're going to play the free, but just been that little bit slow again, that Ballinrobe have been able to get the tackles in, been able to get the hands there that have made all the difference. And we would always say, look, you know, in any game, 4-point lead can be eradicated very, very quickly. It's just 2 scores, but we've said it, the scores just aren't coming quickly here in this game. Lily Maher picks up that ball. Now, driving run coming in field here. Ball knocked in, shoulder to shoulder hit from Isabel Houston, and yeah, if that was the men's game, that would be an absolutely perfectly timed hit. But I think here, under old or new LGFA rules, that one was always going to be pinged. So Isabel Houston has been in the war so far. And she dusts herself off, and she's won the free for her team here. This one now, maybe about 36, 37 metres out. So Roisin Carew probably right on the edge of her range, I would say. Carew puts it up. It's going to drop right in there. Oh, good hands, Sari Vahi. Really, really strong. Wins that ball. Goes for the low foot pass. Risky ball, but risk pays off as Emily Jennings wins it. It's all opening up now for Ballinrobe Community School. Roisha Burke drives forward, takes it into the tackle. Probably needed to keep that ball moving to keep the impetus going. It's on now here again towards Molly O'Donnell. Molly O'Donnell, lovely run off the shoulder by McGrath. McGrath, hand pass over the top, looking for Tara Fitzpatrick. Oh, she just put it right in between Fitzpatrick and Chloe Stagg. Opened the door for Rebecca Cross to get in and intercept. Brilliantly done by the St. Anne's defender. But a missed opportunity there for Ballinrobe Community School. It was a slick break. They slowed it up a little bit around midfield. They're getting the tackles in again, forcing the spills. Angela Gallagher calls play back once again. Signals a head injury. So physio comes in. Looks like it could be Kate Brennan as the player gone down. But either way, chance for the teams to just think about what they're doing here, and I'm keeping an eye too on the sidelines to see we're at that stage of the game, 7.5 minutes into the second half, when you'd imagine the two management teams, or certainly Brian Fox and his selectors for St. Anne's in particular, would be thinking in terms of what they're going to do here to try and get a change. They've got to engineer more scoring chances. They just haven't had them so far. They've had 5 shots on goal, 1 shot dropped short, 1 wide ball. That level of chance creation just isn't going to do it in an All-Ireland final. So, once again, as we've seen several times, Lily Maher goes for the dink backwards and trying to take the return, but Therese Ryan doesn't handle it well at the first attempt. Now she recovers really, really well. And just as I say that, over-carrying call against the full-back. Sinead Stagg talks to the physio on the physio is listed as Jean Moran on the Ballinrobe side. Could be her, I'm not sure from here, but no doubt checking the status of that injury to Kate Brennan. So right now Ballinrobe Community School working the ball around. They're just about inside scoring range. Brennan digs it out but can't quite get the purchase on the shot. And that's a second wide in the second half, a sixth wide overall. So Keelan Grogan, Jesse Nugent has been, we've mentioned Jesse Nugent has been a preferred target for a lot of these kickouts. Molly Crow comes out here on the left hand side. There's no separation, so Grogan has to go long. Ball is up there to be fought for between the two number 10s. In the right position was Rachel McGrath. Sophia O'Grady goes down hurt. Play continues at the far end of the field. McGrath feeds it on towards Maura Hughes. Maura Hughes takes it into the tackle and is pull on the arm. As we look here, Anna Butler gets ready to come into the St. Anne's team. So we'll wait to see here now. I think it probably wasn't Sophia O'Grady that she was going to come in for. But Brian Fox is probably waiting to see the status of his wing forward before he decides is he going to go ahead with this substitution, because it might change things around if it turns out that he has to replace O'Grady. Meanwhile, at the other end of the field, we wait for this free to be taken. So Sophia O'Grady is up and ready to continue, and sure enough, yeah, it is a different switch for St. Anne's. It's Eliza Gleeson who's going to make way for Anna Butler. So change in the forward line. So Gleeson goes up, Gleeson makes way, and Butler goes in, see if she can be the difference to unlock this Ballinrobe Community School defence that has just performed so well here this afternoon. So it is Chloe Stagg who's going to stand over this free. She's kicked 3 points from free so far. Make that 4. We have the first score of the second half. And 1-5 to 3 points in these conditions. It definitely feels commanding with the way this Ballinrobe Community School team is defending. Isabel Houston tries to force the issue. She's done well to win the ball, but it's a little bit lateral. Now she straightens up and starts to make progress towards the other end of the pitch. Has to go across here now. Good tackling again coming in from Ballinrobe Community School. Houston driving on now down the left-hand side, or down the right-hand side even. It's worked across here towards Roisin Carew. Carew steps in field. She's soloing off the right. She's inviting the near hand tackle, and it's a brilliant tackle. Rachel McGrath has just worked her socks off here this afternoon. She is the oil that keeps this engine running. Driving forward now is Ali Hughes. It's opening up here now for Chloe Stagg. Comes back on, didn't want to shoot off her left. Instead comes out towards Maura Hughes. Oh, Maura Hughes went from a tight angle. Probably needed to either exercise her right foot there, or maybe even punch the ball over the bar. But a brilliant turnover win there from Rachel McGrath. She's done that so many times here this afternoon. So we look around, just another stoppage here now, and Ballinrobe will certainly be the happier team when it comes to allowing a few allowing stoppages and robbing the game of its momentum, because they're getting to a point fairly soon where they can start thinking in terms of holding on and just making sure they don't concede that green flag that would make all the difference in this game. St. Anne's getting plenty of possession, but a huge amount of it is in their own half. Trace Ryan lays that ball off here towards Rebecca Cross. Cross straightens up, drops the shoulder, can't make it past Emily Jennings, however. Once again, Jennings being pinged here for the foul. She goes into the notebook. I was wondering for a second if a card was going to come out there, but no. Well, it just curtail Jennings a little bit there now, because her game is about trying to put tackles in, trying to be all over the pitch, put the pressure on from the front. Just the same as brilliant work there, Roisha Burke. Roisha Burke, the Tourmakeedy player, has got in. She's stolen that ball. Chance now for Emily Jennings to drive forward. Jennings tries to step inside. Anna Butler. Anna Butler was trying to get the tackle in. Again, arms around the player. Advantage being played here. Floated high ball up, but no, advantage not being played. Referee says that one's okay. Sophia O'Grady driving forward now. Sophia O'Grady comes up to the halfway line. Out here to the side. Lauren O'Dwyer looks to step back. Lauren O'Dwyer steps into a hard challenge from McGrath. And again, play continues, but the clock keeps ticking. We're nearly up on the halfway point in the second half. Just one score so far in this second half. The first quarter of the game was broadly similar. It was 2-0 to Ballinrobe at the 15-minute mark in the first half. So St.Anne's found a little bit of form then approaching half-time, put a couple of scores on the board to give themselves something to hold on to. Now they have a free here, but it's right out towards the sideline. It'll be a fairly solid wallop of a ball to be getting it over the crossbar from here. So, and no, there isn't a cruise liner docking to my right-hand side or anything, just a series of air horns going off here as the Ballinrobe supporters look to try and bring their influence to bear on the game. Ball out now towards Isabel Houston. Looking up at the options in front of her. Tackle comes in, lovely tackle, Molly O'Donnell. Molly O'Donnell goes to ground. She's won the turnover, and that has been the story of this game. These crucial tackles in the middle third of the field, just disrupting St. Anne's players, getting a hand in. It's not a case of that St. Anne's haven't had possession. They have had a decent amount of possession, but they are not converting that possession into scoring opportunities, and that's all about the defensive work, the patience, the discipline of this Ballinrobe Community School in the middle third of the field. And we saw that exemplified perfectly there by Molly O'Donnell's tackle in. Ali Hughes now. Hughes shields the ball, goes out towards the left-hand side. Every minute that passes is a minute closer to an All-Ireland title for the South Mayo School. Ball fed on now towards Tara Fitzpatrick. Hasn't really had a lot of opportunity to show her ability here so far in this second half. Controls that possession. Oh, that was just asking a little bit much of the inside forwards there from Rachel McGrath. There was plenty of defenders around. She needed to use the width of the pitch a little bit more. Claire Gubbins now tries to carry the ball out, and Claire Gubbins guilty of the overcarry. At least I think that's the call. Yeah, it is. So Brennan looks to try and connect with Chloe Stagg, puts it a little bit away from her. Chloe has to toe poke the ball into the corner. It's all very, very tight in there. Jessie Nugent comes across to try and close down. But Ballinrobe have done really well. They've recycled this back into a central position. Maura Hughes now. Maura Hughes off the right boot. Maura Hughes over the bar. And that feels like a crucial score in the context of this game. Powerful dig from the full forward. Straight between the posts. And really good work from Stagg in the corner to keep that play alive when she was under pressure. And suddenly now 1-6-3. It feels like this game is slipping away from St. Anne's. We've seen a few massive turnarounds in games, both ladies and men's, in recent times. So nothing is done and dusted by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly the way things are going here now, you'd have to say Ballinrobe Community School, they have been the better team for 48 minutes of this game. They have earned their 6-point advantage here, and it looks like they're going to push on. The St. Anne's forward line, I note at this stage that Molly Crowe has been moved up into a full forward position, trying to do something to influence this game, but they just haven't got the supply of ball up there. The ship creeps running aground somewhere in that middle third of the field as the free comes in from Stagg, and the free goes over the bar. 5 points from the corner forward. And suddenly now, as we approach just over 11 minutes to go here, Rachel McGrath driving forward. Ballinrobe Community School have all the momentum now. There's been 3 points scored in the second half. The players in white and blue jerseys have scored all 3 of them. They've got all the momentum here. You get the sense that even if they didn't score again, what they've put on the board already might be enough. But they'll keep putting the pressure on. That's the only way they know how to play. First time ball forward here towards Crow. Has to come out as a first receiver. Wins that ball. She's got an option in front of her. A little bit of a double back there from Sophie O'Grady. Ball across now towards Chloe O'Neill. Chloe O'Neill is a proven scorer in this team. Got a point in the first half, but just hasn't been able to affect the game as much as she would have liked. Back out now towards Crow again. Crow is looking up. Ball kind of just dribbles along the ground. Now fed across towards Rebecca Cross. Cross, hand pass inside. Now it's opening up a little bit. Chance here for Anna Butler. Butler, is she being held? Referee says no. Bit of a scrum on the ground, and it is going to be a free in for St. Anne's. Somebody was pushed over is the decision. We have Ursula Shaughnessy getting ready to come into the Ballinrobe team. So, clipped over the bar there by Carew. 17 minutes were on the clock in the first half by the time St. Anne's got a score. There was 20 minutes on the clock in the second half by the time St. Anne's got on the scoreboard. And they're going to have to figure out a way to up that scoring rate very, very quickly. They've got an interception here with Sophie O'Grady. Ball out now towards O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer comes across. Chance to drive in, but again the handling errors just letting them down a little bit, and Sophia McHale comes in, pounces on the mistake, gets it across towards Ali Hughes. Sari Vahi just knocks this out. It's all really, really tight in a central position. You'd imagine Ballinrobe would be trying to work the ball out to a wider angle here to make sure if something does break down they wouldn't be in danger, but Rachel Gallagher has no such fear. She wins that ball, looks for the long delivery. It's going to go all the way into Hughes. Oh, Hughes was trying to connect with Chloe Stagg, and I don't know that Therese Ryan knew much about that block, but it was all important. It could be absolutely pivotal, because if that ball went through to Stagg, you would have backed her to get a goal. But once again, St. Anne's just can't turn it into a scoring opportunity. Ball up towards Stagg now again. Stagg goes long. Maura Hughes loves that long direct ball. Hughes knocks it ahead of herself, battling with Claire Gubbins. Gubbins forces her out wide, but Hughes still in possession here now. Out here towards Tara Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick puts it up. Fitzpatrick clips it over the bar. Wonderful combination play by the inside forwards for Ballinrobe Community School. It was Chloe Stagg who came out here to win the first ball. She fed it in towards Hughes. Hughes with the layoff, Fitzpatrick with the finish. That's the way you want your inside forward line connecting. And it's back out to a 3-score game here. Another change now on the Ballinrobe side. And Emily Jennings comes off. You'd have to say that's probably a reflection of the fact that she's gone into the notebook with a tick. I'd say that's all it is, because Jennings was working hard out there. She was definitely having a bearing on the game. But at this stage, it's all about making sure nothing breaks down from a Ballinrobe Community School point of view. And a yellow card could derail them a little bit. Ball in here towards the substitute. Laid off now towards Fitzpatrick. Oh, wonderful tackle there by St. Anne's. I meant to say it was Ursula Shaughnessy that came in as the replacement there for Jennings. Ursula Shaughnessy won that ball. Good layoff towards Tara Fitzpatrick, but 3 St. Anne's defenders converged on her. And Fitzpatrick was able to steal the ball away. Bit of space opening up here now out on the left-hand side. Sophia O'Grady comes in to win it. O'Grady looks to flick that ball on. I'm not sure if Isabel Houston intended that sort of knockdown, but either way, it's St. Anne's possession retained. But 1-8 to 4. This game is getting away from them in a big way now. We would have said at the start, we would have said probably about 10 minutes ago that St. Anne's were going to need a goal to get back into this game. It's getting dangerously close to the level where you'd said they're going to need 2 goals. So Molly Crowe looks to try and create something. Crowe lays that ball off towards Houston. Houston, again, going side to side, feeds it across towards Lily Maher. Houston takes it on again, trying to straighten up, but no shortage of tacklers around there. Ballinrobe aren't going to be found wanting for effort at this stage. Still keeping 3 forward, probably force a habit at this stage from playing their club football, or a lot of these girls, of course, operate in county as well, either at minor level or in the case of Sarah Brennan Senior. Brilliant turnover, Rachel McGrath. She has done really, really well here this afternoon. Got that ball across towards Sophia McHale, pull on the arm of McHale, and a free out for Ballinrobe Community School. But I have to say, there's been a lot of very, very impressive players on this Ballinrobe Community School team. Kate Brennan, of course, as you would expect from a real natural leader in the side. Brennan and the player in possession right now, Ali Hughes, have done really well in central positions. Chloe Stagg has kicked her frees, has been a real threat inside. Maura Hughes has been a first receiver. I've liked some of the defensive work being done by Sari Vahi and Lola Tiernan. But my word, Rachel McGrath has just really worked her socks off out there, and she'd be a player I would pick out based on the 55 minutes we've seen so far. But a lot can happen in 5 minutes as McGrath lays that ball off. Been floated in here now towards Hughes. Hughes gets room to turn. Oh, fumbled the wet ball. Just deceives Quillan Grogan in the St. Anne's goal. And you get the sense that's going to make all the difference here. As the wind and rain starts to howl in. Your heart would go out to Grogan in goal. Just a wet ball came in at her. No doubt at this stage she was thinking about trying to turn it around quickly, move the ball up the field fast, and just took her eyes off the ball. But you can see the goalposts there now are absolutely, they're wobbling in the wind. The breeze is coming in really, really strong here. As we have another substitution on the St. Anne side. Ava O'Connor comes in to replace Lauren O'Dwyer. So St. Anne's really suddenly a game that, you know, there's no question Ballinrobe Community School have been the dominant side here this afternoon. You know, but it was never a game that looked like it was going to be a landslide, and suddenly we have a 10-point margin here. So St. Anne's looking to try and do something about that. High ball put up there between Rocha Burke and Isabel Houston. And referee says play on. It looks like, I'm going to say Houston is down hurt there. Treatment comes in from the St. Anne's sideline as Rachel Gallagher moves forward. Tara Fitzpatrick in a little bit of space here. Chips that one up. That's not really a ball that favours a forward. It could work out in their favour all the same. It is broken off Rebecca Cross's foot, and it's going to go out, and it's going to be a Ballinrobe Community School sideline ball. And with just 3 minutes of normal time remaining, it really does feel like the hard work has been done by the Mayo School. They're going to put their name on the All-Ireland Roll of Honour once again. It's been a good while since we've had a Connacht winner of this. You have to go all the way back to 2018 since Closh Devolya Clár picked up this particular trophy. They were the last winners from the Western Province. Of course, Closh Devolya Clár, a school that was only really growing at that stage. A huge school now, and now consistently competes at A level in competition, whether it's ladies football, camogie, Gaelic football, hurling. So we have a couple more substitutions here on the Ballinrobe side. And coming in now to finish off the game is Amy Ward and Laura O'Connor. So far I can see Sophia McHale is going to make way. I just need to see who's the second one that's coming in off the pitch. And the second one, it is Rachel McGrath. And she has certainly emptied the tank here this afternoon. McHale likewise has got some vital interceptions. As Ballinrobe Community School continue driving forward, Ali Hughes floats up that hand pass looking for Maura Hughes. Maura wants to turn back and shoot on her right foot. You can tell from here, doesn't want to give the dig off her left. She's after kicking a couple of points off her, or she's after kicking a point and a goal, I should say, off her right in this game. Back, the opportunity comes in again, and there you go, fired over the bar, and Ballinrobe Community School are just finishing like a train here. And it was Hughes again finishing off that score. Probably could have gone for goal, but just reckon, look, let's just keep it going. We're now up by all of 11 points here with a minute of normal time to go. We said a few minutes ago that it would take a big turnaround, but I think at this stage we can safely say that there is no such turnaround coming here. Actually, I think I might have had the wrong player there. I think it might have actually been Kate Brennan who kicked that point. So we'll get that checked later, but at this stage all pretty much academic now. We're taking along, there's 30 seconds of normal time still remaining. Probably will be a few minutes of stoppage time, all right, but you're looking at St. Anne's needing to pull 4 goals out of the fire at this stage, and the way this Ballinrobe Community School team has defended throughout the course of this afternoon. Preparations, of course, hugely disrupted for both these teams. This was supposed to be a 1 o'clock start in Banagher, so no doubt it felt a long time before we got to half 2 here in Glenamaddy. But at this stage, nobody will remember all that. What they'll remember is the result. What they'll remember is who got their hands on the silverware, and that's going to be Ballinrobe Community School. A lot of these players, of course, have made their mark in Mayo underage football, winning a variety of club titles. A lot of them have earned county recognition. Among them, the player in possession here now, Sari Vahi, member of the Mayo minor panel, floats that ball up, it breaks off the hand. Rebecca Cross is able to get in and get the interception. Cross is going to keep driving forward to the very last play of this game. Tackling coming in here now from Hughes. She wins the free, but as the supporters get ready to spill in onto the pitch, the rain is coming down pretty hard now at this stage, but they're not going to worry about that. Ball dinked across now towards Isabel Houston. We're just playing out the last few minutes here. We've 1 minute of stoppage time already played. It's party time, if you like, for that really doesn't sound well in a Midlands accent. It's just not the way it's meant to be said. Ball on here now in the corner was Ava O'Connor. St. Anne's just looking to try and put another score on the board. They've only got the 1 in the second half. That point from Roisin Carew. When it comes to attack and stuff, it just hasn't happened for St. Anne's here this afternoon. Ballinrobe Community School have been in control. They've just, starved them of good scoring chances. With Ballinrobe that have managed the breeze very, very well. St. Anne's haven't managed to do that. Could be an opportunity here though. Hand pass goes astray and then in comes the tackle. So late substitution here, Laura Kennedy. I think at this point in proceedings it's just a case of being able to say that she took the field in an All-Ireland final. She'll come in to replace Anya Crow for the last, perhaps there might be a minute or two still to play here. As Ballinrobe work the ball up down the right hand side here. Good hard hit comes in, and straight away, well, to be fair to Laura Kennedy, she made an impact straight away, has won that turnover. Ball in now towards Molly Crow. Molly Crow trying to get the space to free herself. Can't quite do it. Crow is going to take the shot, and it looks like she's left that out to the right hand side. And it just feels like that kind of afternoon here. And there is the final whistle. It's all over. Ballinrobe Community School have confirmed their place on the All-Ireland Roll of Honour. The Lidl All-Ireland Post-Primary School Senior C Championship has come to an end, and it is the Mayo students who have ended the season with the silverware to their name. and really you just couldn't argue with that margin of victory. 2 goals and 9 points to 4 points. A really, really wonderful performance from start to finish from Ballinrobe Community School. They've dominated this game. It was still up for grabs at half-time, a goal and 4 points to 3 points, with a little bit of a breeze to come for St. Anne's in the second half. But 20 minutes of holding the opposition scoreless, of controlling the play, and then just point by point, they took control of the game. That late goal from Maura Hughes clinched the match. You know, I think it's fair to say Keelan Grogan will probably feel she could have done better, but she'll also know that it didn't have any material bearing on the game whatsoever. This game was always going to go to Ballinrobe Community School once they took control in the second half. Dominant winners in the end. And we're going to go down now, and there will be a presentation. We'll see if we can get a little bit of reaction before that. If we don't, we'll talk to the manager and the winning captain afterwards. But in the meantime, we'll just say our congratulations to Ballinrobe Community School, our commiserations to St. Anne's of Tipperary Town, our thanks to Glenamaddy GA Club for hosting this fixture, for stepping into the breach at late notice, and indeed our thanks, my own thanks to Brian here beside me for doing the camera work, to everyone else involved in Stream Sport, and above all to yourselves for tuning in. It's great to be here at these games, but if you can't be here, we're delighted to be able to bring them to you. We're going to get a little bit of reaction shortly, and we'll also have the presentation, so don't go anywhere. Instead, it put the Nail player out a little bit too far wide, but Hughes has cut in. Hughes shoots off the left. Hughes shoots over the back. It's like the psychology that goes with mock leaving cert exams. I'm going to mark these harshly. Encourage good behaviour. Ball worked across towards Carew again. Carew shoots off the right boot. It's hanging in the air, and it's perfectly over, a bit closer to goal. Stagg puts it up in the breeze, and Stagg is accurate. Edge of Stagg's range, but she's kicked 2 out of 2 so far, and again, very effortless strike, straight between. Handling mistake there from Jessie Nugent. Stagg with a chance to give that ball in towards Maura Hughes. Maura Hughes looking to take on Claire Gubbins here. Hughes goes across. There's Kate Brennan. There's the goal, and a turnover. Now we're definitely inside scoring range. Carew comes back towards O'Neill. O'Neill floats in the shot, and that was well thought. This would really change how this game goes, and certainly if one of those scores is a goal. Here comes Chloe O'Neill, goes to ground, playing advantage. Oof. Rachel Crow. So it is Chloe Stagg who's going to stand over this free. She's kicked 3 points from frees so far. Make that 4. But Ballinrobe have done really well. They've recycled this back into a central position. Maura Hughes now. Maura Hughes off the right boot. Maura! The ship creeps running aground somewhere in that middle third of the field as the free comes in from Stagg, and the free goes over the bar. So clipped over the bar there by Carew. 17 minutes. Forces are out wide, but Hughes still in possession here now. Out here towards Tara Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick puts it up. Fitzpatrick lays that ball off. Being floated in here now towards Hughes. Hughes gets room to turn. Oh, fumbles. Off a right in this game. Back, the opportunity comes in again, and there you go. Fired over the bar, and Ballinrobe Community School are just finishing like a train here. So, winning manager Sinead Stagg. Sinead, you were on a pitch like this yourself 1 or 2 years ago to do the same thing yourself. I'd say it probably doesn't feel quite as good as being a player, but still feels pretty good.
it's very hard, very tough to be on the sideline when you're just not in control of what's going on. But in fairness, those girls out there, I suppose we had a lot of upheaval between the pitch being changed ahead, but I mean that affected St. Anne's as well. But they fought and fought and fought, and I just think that work rate comes down to work rate in the end, and they took the chances when they came. Now we missed a few too, but they worked enough and worked enough scores to come out on top, and I just think they worked really hard.
No question. 2-9 is a good score. Conceding 4 points, St. Anne's just had 2 wides and 1 shot dropped short. You conceded 7 scoring chances over the course of an hour on a solid pitch.
Yes, yeah.
That's serious defensive work.
Yeah, really, really. I mean, our defence has been strong, even in the semi-final. And when it went to extra time, I kind of said that to the girls. I was like, I said to them before we come out here in the second half, I was like, this is the start of extra time now. We go out and we set the marker down, and but they defended so hard and they worked so hard. But they tackled, Sari Vahi in there, did a sweeping job coming back, and we knew we'd have our work done because we knew those girls from St. Anne's were goal hungry, and said as long as we keep the goals out and we defend and get the ball, then transition the ball as much as possible, we've a chance. But they really, really tackled in they were like unbelievable. They were unbelievable.
I appreciate your restraint. I didn't know what words you were going to go for there. Yeah, but that is a thing, like 6 goals for St. Anne's in a semi-final. Yeah. Does that lead you to kind of change your own strategy coming into this game and say, okay, maybe we need to do things a little bit differently, because that's a team marking out where their threat is?
Yeah, absolutely. When you looked at the scores that St. Anne's had up to now, they had scored 6-5 in the last game against 11 points, and I'm like, you work awfully hard to get those 11 points, and those 11 points are not easily got, and we know that, and from playing football and coaching teams, I know how hard it is to get 11 points. But they, as I said, goals win matches. I know you can say it's cliche how we want, but at the end of the day it is, and as long as we can defend the goal, I mean, Kayla Hughes in goal there, she's rock solid, and we knew we had her in goal to defend, but as long as we can keep the goals out. And in fairness, Lola Tiernan did a massive job on Chloe O'Neill, because we knew the quality that was coming in from St. Anne's. Like, they've 7 minors over the past couple of years, and then they've Lily Maher from the Tipperary senior team. So we knew the quality we were up against, but we just asked all our girls, to step up that extra 10% from the semi-final, and just couldn't be prouder of them. I really couldn't.
Absolutely. And of course, there is the added element. You have a daughter on the sideline. I know you had a daughter, Emma, who wasn't able to play on account of her injury, which is not easy for her either. But, there is the parental side of it as well. That does feed in a little bit. I'm sure you tuned that out for the last hour. But
yeah, you do. Look, it is very emotional. I suppose, I've 3 daughters playing football, but one of them taking the frees there today, and she popped them all over when we needed them, and that was really important. And look, if we'd Emma on the field, I wouldn't have felt as much stress, but she'll be back on the field too, and we're all looking forward to that. But the girls on the field today did their job, and as I said, the work rate that they put in, everything that we worked on, they pulled it off today. And as I said, I think the work rate and the resilience that they had to pull out in the extra time in the semi-final, I think it really stood to them. I think when I really thought the wind and the rain was going to affect the game, I just said, like, our work rate now is going to come to us, come to our aid now in this second half. But leaders. In fairness, we've leaders all over the field, and they all did the job today. So yeah.
And a wonderful milestone for, some people maybe sport mightn't form as big a part in their lives when they go on, but there's no doubt. We don't know which ones yet, but a lot of those players have huge futures in the game.
Yeah, I suppose I've said it before, like when Ballinrobe Community School won the 5 or the 9 in the 90s, but the first 5 All-Irelands that we won with Ballinrobe Community School, like, there were Senior A titles, and that's when Mayo ladies then started to flourish as well. You had the likes of Cora and myself and Christina Heffron and Marcella, Katrina, my sister, we were all part of that school team. And I think what's lovely to be involved now is there's parents out there that I went to school with, sat beside with in class, and their daughters are playing here today, and I just think it's really special. Yeah, I suppose to have played with the school, have won with the school, and now to have managed the school, it's very special.
There you go. All that's left is to be principal. We'll leave that to come yet. Sinead, thanks a million for your time today, and well done. Congratulations. Fair play. We're going to try and get the team captain now. Be with you shortly.
great pleasure to present the Lidl Under 16 Senior C Cup to the captain of Ballinrobe, and that is Ali.
I'd like to say a massive thank you to Sinead's dad, Miss Grant, Miss Donnan and Mr. O'Loughlin. You put so much time and dedication into this technique and we would not be here without you. Your skills and expertise have got us to where we are today. And lastly, I'd like to say a big thank you to the girls. Since September, you just put everything into this team. You worked so hard and we started to start of the year. This is our goal and it will take us some time to do there is no stopping us, and I know for neither of us this is our last day to the school. It's just one more day.
back from the Victoria's captain, Ali, tell me about that game, because for me that didn't have a dog in a hunt, wasn't concerned about who won, trying to be neutral, felt like you were in control the whole way.
Yeah, we knew what we had to do to win today. We knew we had to work hard. Opportunities like this don't come around very often, so we knew when we got there that to go and win it. And I said to the girls beforehand, like, we'd all the hard work done. We've been training since September. It was easier to win than lose today, so we just knew we had to work hard for the hour, and then we knew we could win. Yeah.
Same for both teams, but still very, very disruptive at the same time. You're going from a 1 o'clock to 2:30, which is kind of your time in your food and all of that. You're going from grass pitch on wet conditions to AstroTurf. Talk to me about that as a player. What's involved in that change around?
Well, I suppose we were on the bus for an extra hour, which did not help. The legs were kind of cramping near the end. No, but we were very lucky that Glenamaddie stepped up with this pitch. It is very different to play on Astro than an actual pitch, but it worked out well for us in the end, so we won't complain.
I was going to say, it's easy to say this to a winning team anyway, but instinctively were you, okay, that suits us to go on to Astro, or were you looking at like a goal scoring team and saying, okay, maybe they'll get more overlaps or something like that? Or
we knew that Astro suited us. We're kind of a smaller team height-wise, but we're small and we're pacey, so the Astro kind of suits us in that way. And we knew they were a goal scoring team, so we really worked hard in defence to just create a blanket and keep them out.
And you did that incredibly well. I mean, conceding 4 points in All-Ireland final is incredible going.
Yeah, we knew if we stopped them from scoring goals that we'd have the game. Yeah. So.
Well, you do, and I'm deeply concerned about you getting hypothermia, and I don't want that on my conscience. Listen, get in there, get in the shower, do what it takes. Congratulations on a brilliant game, and well done, Ali.
Thanks.
That's all she wrote here this afternoon from Glenamaddie GA Club. A wonderful afternoon for Ballinrobe. They were one of the most successful schools in Ireland back in the 1990s, with a host of players who went on to win All-Ireland senior medals. There's plenty of footballers out there who could do the same. My commiserations once again to St. Anne's of Tiptown. My thanks once again to Brian behind the camera. And most of all, thanks to yourselves for tuning in. All the best.